Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the DAX this morning? So yesterday we spoke about we were looking for a pullback and we got a fairly decent one. We did leave a daily gap open, so I've put the two lines in that. First level here, which is 11,700, is the top of the double bottom. Okay, so this essentially in my eyes is the double bottom, and the reason being we stepped out the Bollinger here, we've grouped with stochastics to the downside, or in the below the minus 20 here, which is indicating oversold conditions. Okay, and then we'd had a pullback, test this break, but we also attempted to close this daily gap here at 11,644. Okay, so what concerns me is that this little gap here is still open. Okay, so that's the one thing that is bugging me right now. So you can see that the 30-minute 200 EMA played a role in this again. We sold off most of the day and testing the level, but you can see the minute we start extending below this level, there's always a potential that we're going to move more to the downside. So this level here of 11,644 is the daily gap, and I'll just confirm that for you now. And this here was the previous breakout. Okay, so on the 30-minute, this level of 11,662 was the previous breakout. On the 1 hour, it is also the level of the previous breakout, and you can see how we rallied off it. Now, the gap I'm talking about is, remember, this tail here. Every tail tells a story, and I would expect this tail to be tested. It's an attempt been made to it, but it hasn't completed yet. Okay, so that's just a little bit of a warning bell in my head anyway. So, and then there are a couple of other signals here. So here we have a wedge. Just take it from there. Okay, and here we have a falling wedge. We've broken out the wedge and we've come back to test. We are sort of hovering on the moving averages here. So I'm still pretty bullish on this. I would expect us to continue moving to the upside. There is a possibility that we can still fall to 11,644. Okay, so the line in the sand for me is going to be this area here. Okay, so if we start falling below 11,600, then I would suspect that we're going to get some more downside. The other way to look at it is if we fall below the low of yesterday, then we have a potential inverse cup and handle formation. So that would mean more downside as well. Okay, so yeah, so I think the levels again to watch are pretty much this 11,600, 11,644, and 11,660. Okay, so that is the area that we need to watch out for today. I'm sort of in a mind to say we've had a flag break, we've had a retest, and what I'm looking for now is the most logical area to come back to. And if I just zoom in here, you'll see what I mean. So you can see here is a tail. Price came back, tested that tail. We've come back to test it again. Okay, so what we have here is a pretty significant level from a day trading perspective. Okay, if this breaks, then obviously we're looking at this lower level here where we have a number of interactions the previous day with 11,680. Okay, so that is what I'm looking at the moment. So I do suspect I'm probably going to maybe just come back and test these levels again before moving to the upside. But I do, sorry, I just spotted something. And you'll see how important it is to always keep your always draw your trend lines in. Okay, so we have a bit of a wedge. It could be also seen as a channel, but it could also be seen as a bigger flag. Okay, so we had a good rally, and then we sort of had a consolidation day. The big question now is, where do we go from here? Anyway, so that's my take on this at the moment. I'm watching these levels. So 11,700, 11,680, 11,660. Those are the three levels that I'm watching at the moment. Okay, so from a technical perspective, what you could actually be doing is just watch these two levels here. So a break below 11,700 or 11,709 is going to give you more downside, and a break above 11,754 is going to give you upside. More importantly, breaking the 200 EMA on the half hour, and the 200 EMA on the hour is still very high up. Okay, and I think before we close off, let's just get to the ichi. The ichi is always a good idea. So I refer to the ichimoku as the ichi. But that's always a good idea to have a look at, specifically on the hour, just to see what the trend is. And yesterday I pointed out that we had a strong trend, but most people, well, not most people, a lot of people do take the trade on the break, and they're willing to sit and wait it out. I'm not in that camp, so I'd like to see a retest of the cloud. Here was my retest. You can see I've had two attempts to break back into the cloud, and we've bounced off it. So now this brings my two levels into play, and it is 11,720. Okay, so what I want to see is I want to see price stay above the red and blue line, so that is Dickinson and Kijunsen. If price can stay above that on the hour, we have potential for a reversal that has been confirmed. Okay, and then the other thing to look at the broader picture is we still broke out of this channel, and we've come back to test this break. Okay, so this is, there's my range there. We had 2-3 days of this, so we broke out, we've come back, we're testing this range. Okay, so yeah, there's quite a few ways to trade this at the moment, and it's always a good idea to just keep two charts that you can bounce between. And if you actually just keep looking at the ichimoku, you'll see what you're looking for specifically on the half hour is price to stay above the cloud. Okay, and then I'm also looking for the blue line, which is Dickinson, to stay above Kijunsen, which is the red line. Okay, so pretty much like you see here. When you get this kind of stuff, it's an indication that we have some strength. Now, what you can see here is the Chiku span, which is this brown line here, which is sort of a lagging price line. It corresponds to price, but it's lagging by 26 positions or 26 bars. This here at the moment needs to break through price. Now, when it breaks through price, so let me just come back to the beginning. So when Kijunsen is below the cloud, it breaks through the cloud, it then needs to break through Dickinson, Kijunsen, and price in order for you to be in an uptrend. So you can see that's what happened here. We broke through price, Dickinson, Kijunsen, but we still had the cloud. And you can see while this was moving up, we were sort of going sideways. Then we broke through the cloud. Price hadn't broken through the cloud yet, but there we were through the cloud. We had a crossover, and we had price over the cloud. There was the indication the trend has changed. Okay, so for now, we're looking for the same setup. Okay, so we're looking for this to break through price, through Dickinson, and we've already got a crossover here. Let's just zoom in. So we've already got a crossover of Dickinson and Kijunsen here. Okay, so that's the first start, and the cloud is green, which is pretty good. So that brings me back to these two levels here. Okay. So we're looking for 11,755 for upside and 11,710 for, 11,709 or 11,708 for downside. Okay, so that's my take on this at the moment. Hope it helps, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers for now.